Now, over 100,000 people have fled the bloodiest border violence between Thailand and Cambodia in more than a decade. At least 14 people are confirmed dead after heavy fighting broke out Thursday, involving tanks, artillery, and airstrikes. As per report, clashes with Cambodia taking place in 12 areas. The clashes erupted along disputed sections of the border, including near ancient temples. Both sides blame each other for firing first. Thailand says Cambodian rockets struck civilian targets, including a hospital and petrol station. Phantom Wechayachai, Thailand's acting prime minister, took to the press on these clashes. Here's what he had to say. Thailand has evacuated residents from 4 provinces, while Cambodia has relocated over 1,500 families. The UN Security Council is holding an emergency meeting in New York today. The US, EU, France, and China have all called for an immediate ceasefire. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet has urged global action, while Thai officials are coordinating evacuation plans for their nationals in Cambodia. Over 100,000 people have fled the bloodiest border violence between Thailand and Cambodia in more than a decade. At least 14 people are confirmed dead after heavy fighting broke out yesterday, involving tanks, artillery, and airstrikes. As per reports, clashes with Cambodia taking place in 12 areas. The clashes have erupted along disputed sections of the border, including near ancient temples. Both sides blame each other for the firing first. Thailand says Cambodian rockets struck civilian targets, including a hospital and a petrol station. Phantom Wechayachai, Thailand's acting prime minister, took to the press on these clashes. Here's what he had to say. Over 10,000 people have fled the bloodiest border violence between Thailand and Cambodia in more than a decade. At least 14 people are confirmed dead after heavy fighting broke out Thursday, involving tanks, artillery, and airstrikes. As per reports, clashes with Cambodia taking place in 12 areas. Now we're joined by Sanjay Kumar for this discussion. He's a journalist joining us live from Seoul. Thank you, Sanjay, for joining us today. Good to see you. Now, what are the underlying causes of the recent violence between Thailand and Cambodia?
You have to go back to 1907 when Thailand was a French colony. Cambodia, Thailand-Cambodia border, which is like almost 800 kilometers. There are some disputed land as well out of that. In 1962, I guess, there was some kind of ruling from the ICJ, which ruled in support of, not support, but in the interest of Cambodia. And that is the major cause which is still ongoing. But this time the immediate cause have been this landmines that killed one of the military personnel of Thai, and escalations grew, and again it is growing and growing. Although just today, Thailand has come up with like official statement, and they have urged not to escalate. Especially Cambodia, they have condemned the Cambodian actions. But in the ASEAN region, especially Thailand and Cambodia, tensions had been before as well, but now it is looming more and more. Although other parties are trying to mediate somehow. So ASEAN is one of the channels, but bilateral channels are going to play a key role. And for that, this issue must not be politicized at first hand, because the Prime Minister of Thailand, she was under hot water just recently because of having some communication with the Cambodia's military channel and the leadership there. So this has already created a lot of anger against her in Thailand. So the people in the region are not uh, are hoping not to be used, not to be politicized, this kind of issues, especially the political anger must not be galvanized more and more. And this is going to be important role. This is going to be an important aspect in this escalations. All of us are hoping that this escalation must stop right now, and both the parties should come up through diplomatic channels. Thailand has called off their ambassador too, and they are telling the Cambodians also to call off the ambassador. So that diplomatic channel has to be established in order to minimize the escalation. Yeah.
Thank you, Sanjay, for sharing that. We'll come back to you, as now we are also joined by retired Major General Gigi Dwivedi for this discussion. Major General Gigi Dwivedi, so how does this involvement of ancient temples in this conflict affect the broader culture and historical significance of this particular disputed border area among this Cambodia and Thailand?
Well, Cambodia, Thailand, they share, old relations and they share the border. But also, there's a boundary dispute which has not been resolved over a period of time. And this boundary dispute now is around, the temples that are in question. And they tried to actually negotiate, but I think negotiation didn't materialize because the two sides have a different perception of the border and also these specific temples which are in question. And as rightly brought out by the previous panelists, that there have been certain amount of political instability in Thailand, and therefore this political issue also needs to be kept in mind. And as far as Cambodia is concerned, because it's a communist, dictatorial authoritarian regime, and therefore it's very difficult to figure out as to what's going on inside. But the point is that this dispute should have been avoidable because both are the members of the ASEAN countries and ASEAN has a very cohesive grouping, and I think this should have been resolved. But now I feel that this skirmish actually is not very high intensity skirmish. There have been certain amount of firing, and also the Thailand has possibly used air as well. But I think the ASEAN countries will come together and try to resolve this issue because this is not a very major border issue. It is a smaller issue which only involves certain part of that border. And I think for the larger good of the ASEAN countries, this should be resolved, and both these parties should be brought to negotiation table. And I think that this will be controlled and not flare up further. Over to you, Asuma.
Thank you very much for joining us and sharing that insight. Please stay with us as we'll come back to you for our next news.